Actually, one thing I forgot to talk about. Kamala Khan, when you first encounter Abomination, Hulk destroys his ass because Abomination won't stop talking crap. And then, after the fight, Kamala Khan asks if Abomination is dead, but she says, it. Is it dead? Because she doesn't know who Abomination is or anything. But near the end of the game, she talks about how AIM has Abomination on their side and says his name. I don't know when she learned his name, but it just kind of messed with me. But just a minor detail. Love this game. Few problems though. I wish there was a few more boss fights. Because we only got like 3 in a 10-hour game. I don't expect 25 of them. I would have liked 4 or 5. But, the boss battles we did get were pretty good. Taskmaster was an okay boss battle. It changed up a little bit, but didn't really do much. I really liked the Abomination one. Because it was really fun. Just getting to beat the crap out of Abomination with Hulk. That's a real Abomination battle. Unlike the one we got from the first Marvel superheroes. And the MODOK boss battle was pretty cool. That wasn't the best. You just got to beat the crap out of him with everybody. Iron Man, Thor, Cap. And then in the end though, I thought it was bullshit. They hype him up, make him look like he's this tough badass. And in the end, you beat him by pressing square 5 times and triangle 1 time. It makes 0 sense. I get it, Kamala Khan was probably the best choice to beat him. Because she's the most powerful one on the group besides Thor and Hulk. And he already injured Hulk. Thor was doing God knows what. But, it felt so stupid. He's holding his own against all these people. And then he's gonna go down to 5 punches and 1 triangle thing. He should have fought back better. But it was believable that he would get his butt kicked by a giant Kamala Khan. Another thing is repetitive gameplay, but you're able to change it up a bit. But the gameplay is also really fun. So even though it gets repetitive, it's still super fun. Cap is probably one of the least best ones with the L1R1 move. Kamala Khan turns giant. Iron Man turns into the Hulkbuster. Thor does his classic. Hulk does his classic thunderclap thing. Black Widow gets a huge bow staff that lasts for 30 seconds. That does a bunch of damage. And then Cap just does something that's basically his L1 move. But this one does a bit more damage. And I can't talk about Hawkeye and Kate Bishop Hawkeye because, I haven't done either of them yet. But I'll do a review on their DLC story when I start it. I don't really remember Thor's. I remember during the boss battle you shifted through the shield. But you didn't even really get to use Thor. You got to use him for 2 seconds during the beginning of the game. Then they switch you to Iron Man. Then you fight with them for a little bit during the helicarrier scene when you're trying to save the helicarrier. But they never gave me that move, so I don't know Thor's. I think they changed it just for the boss battle, maybe. Or maybe he does shift through stuff for his move. I'll have to find out. Yeah, the gameplay is really fun. You can do all these upgrades to make them cool. Hulk has an upgrade where you can press L2 and R2. And you can just pick up this giant rock out of the ground. And then there's an upgrade where you get to just spin that rock around, hit a bunch of people with it. I haven't got that upgrade yet, but I'm buying it next. I wish we would have got to play as Hulk more, especially since the story mainly focused on Kamala Khan and Hulk for most of it. but you only play as Hulk like 3 times during campaign. I also felt it really weird to start introducing the characters really late into the game. Cap and Thor were introduced when the game was almost over. Black Widow was pretty close to the end too. Iron Man was just a few hours into the game and you got him. But yeah, a really fun game. Though it definitely could have been better. The boss battles were pretty decent though. And I do appreciate that they made all like the DLC free. You got to keep doing a bunch of story. Though I wish Hawkeye would have actually been in this story. You know, in the actual story. Instead of DLC, it would have been cool. Because, you know, he's an OG Avenger, so is Ant-Man. But, you know, at least he's in the game. But they at least mention Hawkeye, though. Because when you first meet Hank Pym, I just stood around and listened to Hank and Bruce talking. And there's 2 references, actually. 3, actually. They talk about how Hawkeye is missing. They talk about Kate. And Bruce talks about his connection with her and tells Hank to talk to her. And then they actually talk about Scott, too. They don't say what Scott, but they're obviously talking about Scott's version of Ant-Man. They could have talked about Cyclops, but I doubt it. But yeah, that's about it. Pretty good story. Really good gameplay. I really liked a lot of their moves. Kamala Khan's high five was such a cool move. And Iron Man's unibeam move was awesome. It was just a really fun game. I don't get why people overhates it. And every time I see a new person playing the game on like YouTube or something in my recommendations, it's just always a bunch of toxic people talking about how it's a dead game. It's a really fun game, and I enjoyed playing it. I might even play it a bit after I finish all the DLC. I'm pretty sure there's a Black Panther DLC coming out soon too. Yeah, fun game. Gameplay does get a bit repetitive, so you do need to use the upgrades to make the gameplay more fun. Because once you do that, the gameplay just gets so much better, even though it was already really good. Get to come in just destroying people with Hulk, just switch it up, and then it was really fun. I did like how you got to fight MODOK with like all the people though. Besides Thor and Hulk. They didn't really do anything during the boss battle besides beat up a bunch of people and break the shield. So that was cool. That's about it though. But this is one more problem. I randomly remembered it. And when you save Captain America, he has a shield. And you get to use it to fight a few people. Then after that, you're just supposed to run for the entirety of the mission. But you have a shield. As soon as you get back on the helicarrier, you pick up your shield from the wall because it was on the helicarrier. Literally, Hulk had it in the beginning of the game, like an hour into the game when we first met him. When Kamala Khan went to the helicarrier looking for the Resistance. That's the whole thing that made Hulk mad, was her picking up his shield. So, I thought it was weird that they made you fight with the shield. MK11, which is a fighting game, not a super realistic game, made it so, when Kano and the rest of the Black Dragons took, Sonya's weapons while you were fighting, before you escaped, you didn't get to use your blasters and stuff, besides in, like, throws. And this game couldn't make it so Captain America could punch for, like, 5 minutes, maybe 6. Well, probably, like, 1 minute, actually. Because, you know, you're just running away for most of the time. Plus, they make him use a makeshift shield. But he has a shield on his back for most of the mission. Like, he grabs something off the wall and throws it at him. And just kind of like a shield. So I thought that was kind of stupid. It doesn't really make any sense. But I guess it wasn't too bad.